Welcome to the 1940s New York. Thanks to these photos that were taken in the 1940s after the Depression, I guess FDR had people taking photos. And we wondered why in the 1940s everything was so clean. Well, here's a sign, the law. Clean your sidewalk, curb your dog. It's hard to see, but it's right there. And let's look at this corner in the 1980s. Boom. Doesn't quite look clean. Let's see what is going on here. Look, which looks cleaner, this one or this one?
Definitely the first one.
1940s was much cleaner, but maybe black and white photos, but it still looks cleaner. And what happened to the quality of the photos in 1980? They had better cameras, I would think, but at least there was a they took away that clean your sidewalk sign, and it's kind of the same angle, but there's no street light. You notice that there is a street light here, but in the 1940s it doesn't look like, I guess this was the street light. What is this thing? Anyway, we're going to talk about, if our fan base has any comments, please interject them. So we're going to go down Lexington Avenue, and something was on Lexington Avenue that we did not know about. Look at this. There's a road behind the houses. That's interesting. They have their own little private parking lots here, right? I think this has to do with that special housing on Gates, the project houses. So let's go over to Lexington. And let's look at some of these houses on Lexington. Notice something over here. Beautiful houses. Again, clean sidewalk. Actually, the roads look clean. Even the train looks clean. And let's go to 1980. What is this big overhead thing here?
Is that an overhead or is that a tree? I literally can't tell the difference.
I think it's an elevated train that used to run on Lexington Avenue.
Wow, that's really cool.
And look at these cars. They had the big spare tire in the back. Those were cool cars back then. And let's look at 1980. Oh, they did a close-up of the building, which is blurry. I don't know why the cameras were so blurry in the 1980s. So let's keep going down Lexington and pick some other building. Again, the elevated train, and again, a very clean. Let's look at 1980. Boom! Devastated. Look at this.
Ew,
That's
cool.
Yeah, this look.
But in the 1980s, go back to the 80s.
Okay, I'll go back to the 80s. I was just checking. It's Marcus Garvey and Throop. Between Marcus Garvey and Throop.
40s looks good, but what is that?
Oh my goodness, that's scary. That whole area. They did tell us that there was a blackout in 1977, one of the worst blackouts in New York City, and there was a lot of issues and looting. That they were in the businesses, I assume they didn't loot the houses. Let's hope they didn't loot the houses.
Why would they loot the houses?
Yeah. And in general, the house in 1940, we're looking at some random block on Lexington, just looked so clean, and the sidewalk was clean, and then boom, wow, big difference. Also, the quality of the photo was better. That's strange. But let's just keep going down Lexington. This is Tompkins, and wow, there's a lot of photos here. And let's just see if the house is. Yeah, it looks like it survived a little bit better here. Quincy, oh no, we're on the wrong block maybe. Yeah, let me just go back up to Lexington. Yeah, see, then you could see the overhead train. There were a lot of garages. I guess there were not. For some reason, this became public housing. So I don't know what in the world. This must have been garages or something. So it's hard to tell. There was a Gulf station. There were houses on here. Lexington. Let's go across the street. And there's something there. A supply. There were literally cars parked on the sidewalk. I wonder why they got to park on the sidewalk. But the point is that this train This elevated train, let's see how far it ran. It kept running at Lexington, and it's in the Wikipedia history too. It just keeps running. Oh, it looks like it's ended here. So let's go to the corner just to see if it's still there. Yeah, I guess we still see the shadow of it. But not in 1980. 1980 it's gone. But of course also the whole place seems to have changed a lot. So we're at Bedford. Let's look at Franklin and Lexington. Still the train is running. And whoa, now we have a photo right in the middle of the block. Wow. Franklin Chemical Works. Oh, Frank Jones Chemical Works. That's interesting. What was that doing in the middle of the block? And I think it must have ended because, yeah, it looks like it ended probably at Franklin because the block actually ends. The road ends. Lexington seems to end at, yes, at Grand Avenue. So it probably ended here. So let's just take a look and see if there's any signs of a, nope. No. Yeah, it looks like it ended. Oh, well, the train is still there. It's still there. It's doing something. It's crossing. Yeah, maybe it's crossing onto another street. We can look it up. But we're going to say peace out. This was the Franklin, the Lexington Avenue elevated train that ran through Bed Stuy all the way back probably to Broadway or beyond. Peace out.